Hi there. So before you let that golden latte in your hand cool, let's see if you're actually getting turmeric's anti-inflammatory punch. Or are you just staining your countertops and wasting your time? So here are the five biggest mistakes that I see people use every single week, plus the science-based fixes that you can start today. Hi, I'm Dr. Shivani Gupta. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner and I teach all about how we can use Ayurvedic wisdom to transform our health. And I've also done my PhD on turmeric. So I love teaching about the power of turmeric. And today we're going to talk about all the ways that you might be taking turmeric wrong. So here's problem number one. I call it the sprinkle only syndrome. So a lot of people are sprinkling turmeric on their chicken, on their fish, and they're like, I am using turmeric. I'm taking my turmeric. Here's the thing. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder isn't going to have the amount of curcumin we need because only 3 to 5% of any given turmeric, that small amount, is the curcuminoids. So when we want to take curcumin from turmeric to create a significant impact on our health, we have to take it in the right dosage and in the right amount. So here's the thing. Most of the research clinical trials out there talk about how turmeric can have a positive impact on our joints, on our gut health, on our mood. But that begins at 500 to 1,000 milligrams of curcuminoids standardized to 95%. And many supplements out there simply do not have that. So people are just taking a half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon a day of culinary turmeric, just kitchen turmeric, and not really seeing any sort of difference. And that's what I want to share on is there's ways to get the maximum impact. And we know that taking that small amount isn't going to move the needle. Next up, a lot of times I see people who are taking turmeric in the form of juice shots. That's number two. And juice shots, that fresh juice shot fantasy that people have, it's not enough. So a trendy 2 ounce juice shot uses about 12 grams of fresh turmeric. Oftentimes it's mixed with fresh ginger, which is way cheaper than turmeric. But that fresh root, again, only carries that 2 to 5% of curcuminoids. And so the best cases, you might be getting a little bit of curcumin, but really what you're getting the most of is regular turmeric, which doesn't do the same thing as that potent curcumin extract from turmeric. So it's still going to fall way below what we've studied in the science to be the most effective dose of turmeric when we want to see a change on inflammation and different things in the body. Then we know that raw juice has virtually zero black pepper or any healthy fat. And we know that curcumin's absorption is low in the body if you don't add the black pepper or a healthy fat. And so by taking a juice shot, you might be burning your throat, thinking you're doing something so good, spending like $8 for a shot or so, probably more. But you're not getting that absorption in the system that you want of curcumin. Your blood levels of curcumin aren't going to rise the way they would taking a supplement. So you can enjoy that zingy shot with those polyphenols and enzymes. It has some benefit. It's not like it doesn't. It's juice from a really great plant. But without black pepper and healthy fat, you're not going to get the absorption you want. You're not going to get the difference that you want to see. Here's mistake number 3. Solo act supplements. A lot of times I see people using curcumin in their life, but not realizing that curcumin needs healthy fat or black pepper for the absorption. We know that black pepper increases the absorption by up to 2,000%, and it helps keep that curcumin in our bloodstream for longer. But if we're just going to take curcumin without it or without any healthy fats, we're not going to get that absorption we want. I've even seen supplements built that just have plain turmeric powder. They say turmeric root extract, but you have no idea what potency, what percentage. They don't even name the curcuminoids. I've seen supplements that say curcuma longa extract. That's just the plant turmeric. Curcuma longa is the name for turmeric. And what's interesting is when we talk about Latin American cultures, a lot of them say curcuma for turmeric. I've seen that a lot. And curcuma is great. It is turmeric. But when we're talking about curcumin, that's different. That's the extract from turmeric that's creating the biggest change when we talk about inflammation. So really paying attention to your labels and making sure that you're not taking solo turmeric is very important if you're taking turmeric because you have a health issue or health goal that you're going after. Now, here's number 4. A lot of people have these mystery brand gambles that they take. They're like, yeah, I just ordered it on Amazon. I just ordered it on, from this big box store. I don't know. Here's the thing. Years ago, there was a Wall Street Journal article that published. They went to stores, bought supplements off the shelf, tested them. And when they tested them, they said half of these supplements, or it was like 75% of supplements, did not have the active ingredient at the level stated on the bottle. And many of them were full of just junk, like wood pulp. And this is happening on Amazon now as well. I have a lot of colleagues in the supplement space who are like, well, I have my supplement and now there's some copycat of me and I have no idea what's in that pill. It's not the same stuff as mine. So you have no idea what you're getting if someone can copycat a brand and ship you the copycat instead of the real one. And the label difference is so subtle, you might not know. So I don't order any now because I'm like, well, I thought I knew the brands I take, but if you only change the label 2 to 5%, I might not notice and I might think it's the real thing. And then I'm not getting what I'm supposed to. So we can have adulterated supplements. Sometimes the supplements aren't tested. Sometimes there is heavy metals. And so we have to know that we're taking it from someone that we can trust. And so that's really important, is knowing the brands, looking for, do they have a seal on them that they're built in GMP certified factories, and these kinds of things, because we want to make sure we're getting the right dosage to deliver the right result for us. And then let's talk about mistake number 5 when taking turmeric. A lot of people have what I call mega dose mayhem. They're all about taking super high doses instead of just paying attention to the normal dose that's recommended on the bottle. So a lot of times people are taking way more than 2 grams a day, and they want to just overdo things. They think more is better. Here's the thing. 1,000 milligrams a day of curcumin is very good. That's a normal dosage. We have thousands and thousands of clinical trials and studies on that dosage. And so taking that is good enough. We know that turmeric is a vasodilator. It can thin the blood. So anyone who's on a blood thinner or has anemia issues needs to watch out with how they are taking their turmeric in their lives. When it comes to taking turmeric, we know that out of the entire plant, like I said, only 3 to 5% is the curcuminoids. What we also know is getting that at the highest standardized extract, that 95% extract, is very important because that's a control that shows that we're getting the correct standardization. Now, a lot of people say theirs is better. They've broken up the molecule and done new cool things. That's fine. But I think it also comes down to, how do you feel? And what do you see as shifts in your body and in terms of your health? And so taking turmeric is a really powerful way to support your overall health, but taking it in the right forms, the right potency, and the right dosage is also important. It's important to take it from companies that are third-party tested. When I built my turmeric formula 10 years ago after doing my PhD, I built it with third-party testing, pre, mid, and post-production. I wanted to know when it arrives from India, which is the biggest supplier of turmeric in the world, that it's heavy metal free, microbe free, and all of those things, that we get the potency that we ordered and paid for, that we invested in, so that we could support people at the level of health that they want. And so taking turmeric is something powerful that we can bring into our lives every single day. And if that's you, sprinkling your turmeric, juicing your turmeric, no worries. There's always health benefits from using turmeric. But if you want a significant change, then it's time to shift. Then it's time to take it in supplement form at the right dosage, at the right potency, to give you the best results possible. So if you want more information on turmeric or on inflammation, click the links below, and I'm going to have a link to my inflammation guide and to the turmeric that I recommend most for your health and your vibrancy. So keep that inner fire cool, keep those inflammation fires down, keep your coffee warm, keep your body happy and healthy and vital, and I'll see you next week for another video. See you soon, everyone. Have a good day.